how long has it been? It's been about 5 months since I have uploaded anything to my channel. I had actually intended to have had a video uploaded by now explaining where I've been and the reason why I have been taking such a long break, but I just never got to it. This is the second attempt of me trying it, only that the setting is a lot more different, and I'm not recording with like my usual filming camera. This was just a vlogging camera, lower quality. But this is the only way that I would get myself to just sit down and update you. Honestly, the reason why I got a little push to make this update is because I've recently noticed a lot of like new subscribers, and my channel right now is about still around like 410, which is not a lot. But it's just, I just got super curious why all of a sudden a lot of people started taking interest in my channel. There's nothing really viral going on my channel, but it just made me think about my YouTube channel. And honestly, I don't want to just leave it hanging. I've always had the urge to come back and you know, work on it again. But I have several reasons why I've been taking such a long break, and just want to get into it while I have the time right now. It's a little bit past 6 a.m. right now, so my family's sleeping, it's quiet, and I have to get ready because I got things to do today. It's just such a busy day. So I figured I would sit down, get ready, and just talk to you guys with a live update. So the last time that I officially posted something was like 5 months ago, but that was like the beginning of, that was around like springtime. So I totally skipped summer, and we are now officially in fall. Today is October 6th when I'm filming this. By the time I uploaded the taking a break, I wasn't feeling good, and it was way too early for me to announce that I am pregnant. So if you're new to my channel, I have a 2-year-old. She just turned 2 in September, and right after I stopped breastfeeding her a little bit past a year, a few months past her first birthday, I got my cycle back, and then I surprisingly got pregnant for the second time. And that didn't last long. I had a very early miscarriage, so it wasn't, to me, it wasn't very dramatic, and a little bit of fear and anxiety came into me after that time because I have PCOS, and I know how much people with PCOS can struggle with fertility. So I went through a cycle, and we were blessed to get pregnant again. So officially, this is my 3rd pregnancy, but if everything goes well, this will be my 2nd child. So a lot of times I don't explain to people that this is technically my 3rd pregnancy, just because I want to avoid, questions and things like that. And like I said, it wasn't really a traumatic experience for me. I mean, miscarriage happens, pretty common. I actually miscarried on the day that I had the appointment to confirm my pregnancy. So, well, to confirm my pregnancy at the doctor's office, but I already had like 3 positive tests. Alright, with my luck, my video camera has stopped recording like a couple times. I don't know what's going on. I've been having problems with the SD card, so I hope to get through this video. Anyway, so the main reason why I haven't been uploading is because I am pregnant. This pregnancy has been pretty hard on me. Morning sickness, to me, or from what I've read, it doesn't necessarily have to include, you actually, vomiting. It could just be nausea all day, all night, and that's how it was for me. But what made that very difficult for me to handle is because I have emetophobia. And if you don't know what that is, pretty much is an irrational fear of vomiting. Knock on wood, I have not gotten sick since I was a child, but I still remember the awful feeling of it. I have been able to handle my life a lot better than before, when I used to have a lot of anxiety issues. Like, I'm able to handle when my daughter gets sick, or I'm able to watch it in movies when those type of scenes happen, when before I would get a panic attack if that would happen. But when it comes to me feeling sick, I still don't handle it well at all. And so with me feeling sick day and night, it was terrible. It was terrible for me. I was very non-functional, and of course with the fatigue on top of that, the fatigue was something that I had once again with the second pregnancy with my daughter. I was just tired all the time, all throughout my pregnancy, and there's no underlying issues. I don't have anemia or anything. All my blood work has been normal. So imagine the fatigue and the nausea. There was not a lot that I could eat at the beginning, so I was miserable. I could not sit down and film. And luckily at the beginning, I had my mom still with us living here, so she helped out a lot at the beginning. But of course eventually she had to go back to Mexico, and she's been there ever since. So that gave me about 2 months with her help to, help me with my daughter, which I'm super grateful, because I don't know what I would have done by myself with the morning sickness. And with this pregnancy being different than my first, I wasn't sure how long I was gonna stick around with the morning sickness. But it felt to me like as every week went by, I felt worse and worse. The worst week I had was week 13, which is you're officially in your second trimester, and I still wasn't feeling good. So I was already dreading, thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be one of those people that has morning sickness all throughout my pregnancy. And thankfully that didn't happen. The symptoms subsided real quick. We took a small trip to visit family in Bakersfield. I remember that week feeling really good about taking like a mini vacation, and at the same time I felt like my appetite came back and I started gaining weight again. So I can't complain. There's only been a few times where I haven't felt great. There's anxiety still lingering in general that I never really had with my first pregnancy. I don't want to get into too much detail because I actually want to make a video comparing these two pregnancies, and I'm going to make one about my first trimester and then the second trimester. Obviously I have to wait till I'm almost done with my third trimester to make a third trimester video, because I just got into my third trimester. I lost count how many times this camera recorder has stopped recording. Just kind of keep going. It feels like my second trimester just flew by. I just took a break to take my glucose. This is the third day that I am monitoring my blood sugar levels, pretty much because I opted out of taking that disgusting drink when you do that gestational diabetes test. As soon as I hit my third trimester, it's like I started to think about all my midwife appointments getting closer together, the glucose test, starting the count kicks for my baby. And it's hard to do that because like I don't have a routine where I can do things at the same time every day, and I have a toddler that distracts me all day, and so I can't focus, and it's been super hard for me to do all these things that I'm supposed to do. So alright, so long story short, the main reason I stopped uploading was because I got pregnant, and I was in the middle of the first trimester, dealing with morning sickness and fatigue and whatnot. Now, you might be wondering, well, why didn't you come back in the second trimester? Well, I did make a video with an update that I did on my second trimester, and that was supposed to be edited and uploaded in my channel, but I just never got to it because I've been just busy with like appointments, whether it's for me or for my daughter or for my husband or for things in general. Things happened to my car this year. Like the year that I paid off my car, of course all these things started happening. And it's just life has been busy. I also feel that, you know, with having a toddler, it just drains you, you know. The little energy that I have left, I use it to do the things that I have to do at home and at work, because I do work part-time at the moment. I will be going into maternity leave around November, so I still have a little ways to go to push myself. The good thing is that I have my mom coming back soon, so I know that's going to be really helpful for my family and I. Just having her here helps so much, and I don't feel so lonely because my husband works a lot. You would think that feeling lonely would have motivated me to, you know, stay busy with YouTube and upload, and that's where I wanted my energy to go, but I just didn't do it, and that's one of the, I feel like that's one of my downfalls. Like, I don't stick to things long term. There's just a lot in my mind that I want to say, but like I don't want to make this video all over the place, as it already probably is. There's a lot of things that I reflect back on my life, and I just get angry at myself for not sticking to things. There's a time in my life that I dedicated my time, money, and effort into a career. I went into a vet tech school, and I mean, I did it. I finished the course and everything, but after that, things didn't go as planned, and I didn't stick around with that career. And a lot of times I look back and I'm like, man, if somebody would have told me that this would have gone the way that it did, I wouldn't have wasted, 2 years in college, and now I'm stuck with a student loan with a career that I'll probably never use. Last year, I switched to an online program to become a makeup artist, and that has also been super slow because, you kind of need people to practice on. I mean, they let you do the assignments on yourself, but it's not the same thing doing, makeup on yourself versus other people. And I think the biggest issue for me is just finding childcare, because I can't take my daughter with me and try to get those, and try to get makeup done on people. It's been a little discouraging on that part, because I'm going on a year. In November, I'll be hitting a year since I started school, and I would have hoped that to have finished by then, because there's 2 courses I'm taking, and I only have 2 years to finish the course. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pay extra for extra time. I guess in general, things in my life don't go as planned most of the time. So I feel like my life is super unpredictable sometimes. Before having my daughter, I had been working at a medical office for many years, and I felt like I was thriving on a routine. And for me, it hasn't been true as a parent to say that having a kid made me better at routines. In fact, it feels like things went out the window. Even though at the beginning I tried keeping a routine with my daughter, I felt like I was stressing myself out just to keep a routine. I am a lot more flexible now, and that has helped my mental health. I have a planner that kind of keeps me in check. I can only plan a week ahead at a time. There has been a couple of times that I picked up the vlogging camera and started vlogging, so I do have some content that I might push out later on. Even though vlogging for me is pretty fun, I feel like it was pretty easy for me to do it. I eventually stopped doing it because I was getting too much footage, and at the same time I wasn't taking the time to edit them, and that's the part that's hard for me, to actually edit the footage. Like, sit down, I can't. it's hard for me to sit down and have a moment for myself, let alone like sit down and edit videos. And I wouldn't say that I would sacrifice my sleep just to edit those videos. So that's why I kind of stopped vlogging. And I feel my daughter waking up. 7 o'clock. Yeah. She actually got off the bed and now I have to go get her. My baby. Alright, so I'm back with my daughter here. Hopefully the background noise in her... Hopefully the background noise won't be too distracting. All I have to do right now is just my mascara and I'm pretty much ready for the day. And that also means I have to wrap up this video. Alright, so this is the final look. I just... for lips, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Butter Pecan, I think that's what it's called. I have a long day ahead of me. I'm looking forward to a nap. I definitely need a nap today whenever she goes down. So I feel exhausted. I've been up since 5 a.m. Finished my coffee, but didn't feel like it did much for me. I could take another one, but I probably just wait it out. I try not to go over my caffeine limit. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy this little life update, and I hope that I can get back to making videos. It's been pretty challenging in the beauty community to come up with content that people actually want to see, you know, especially coming from creators, small tiny creators like me. Like I'm not really good at following trends or like trying to copy viral videos or things like that. I try to be unique. Anyway, I'm rambling by now. I have my battery telling me that it's about to die, so that's probably a sign for me to end this video. I appreciate you if you have been sticking around in my channel. I hope that you've enjoyed this little update, and I hope to see you around before baby gets here, of course. Anyway guys, have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you on my next video.